Hi everyone. I wanted to create a video today just to show how to begin the next assignment and how it kind of works and what it is. Before I do that, though, I also wanted to just say a little word about the discussion board. So, as most of you know, or probably have checked, you got your marks back from the week 2 or the first discussion that we had. It went really well. I thought people did a great job. Um, I had to rejig it a little bit because I didn't really it's a little bit cumbersome when everybody creates their own thread, and that was my fault. I left it open to do that. So in this new one now that you just have to comment, I'm sure people have seen that. If you haven't, when you go into your discussion boards and you go into the second one, you'll see there's two questions. Pick a question, answer, and then as always, comment on everybody else's or engage each other. Maybe ask questions. I think people are doing a great job. There's a lot of questions being asked of each other and a lot of engagement. And I mean, really, that's online learning. There's two major things. I've had a lot of questions around online learning and how it goes in a lot of emails. And the major things is that it's there's going to be like the text and the videos and the things we send, and that's a way we're going to get a lot of the learning. The other one is going to be how we actually interpret it, the information, and share it with each other. And I think that there's a lot of learning that happens and growth that happens in that. So I just want to say you guys are doing a great job. I tried to provide a fair amount of feedback for most people in their first the marking of their first discussion forum. From this point on, I'll probably reserve. I won't give as detailed a lot of times, but I'll use the rubric. So there's a little link when you check your mark that says, I think it says like see rubric or rubric details. So if you click that, it opens up the rubric and it shows kind of where you may have lost a mark or two if you did. So you can look at that, look for that for the coming discussion boards. It'll be helpful for yourself. You can read the descriptions of those areas and kind of what's being asked. The main thing though is, answer the question in a way that is thought-provoking, in a way that shows that you have read and understand the material, that kind of stuff. Really, that's all I'm looking for. And then the second piece above answering the question is also your engagement with other people on the discussion board. And just a brief note on that, what I find is that if people had a lot of questions around how to structure the online course versus an in-class where you actually sit. If you think about it though, an in-class, like this in-class is a 3-hour class, and often the students will have upwards of an hour a week of homework given, depending on the week. If they have an assignment, it might be a little bit more. But if you think about that, each course is roughly about 4 hours in your time, like 3 hours in class, maybe an hour or two of homework. If you were to think about structuring that in your day here, it would look like picking, a couple of hours twice a week, or an hour 3 times a week. And if you actually, kind of invested that time in that way, it works to structure the course that way for an online learning. But it's hard to do, I know, when you don't have like a set class time to go to and all that kind of stuff, and so it's easy to get behind. So I just encourage people to try to, find a spot in their schedule, a weekly routine. I know I was talking with somebody this week, and it was, looking at where in their actual routine they could just fit a chunk of time to spend on the course. And if you could break that into 1 or 2 smaller chunks, that's great. Because the other thing about an online course, it does have its disadvantages where you're not in class and you have to kind of come up with your own schedule. But the advantage is you get to do it on your own time, right? And you don't have to be in a classroom to do that. So there's kind of those pros and cons, but absolutely it's difficult. There's a learning curve for a lot of people. And I noticed that people are have really improved from week 1 to week 2. So that being said, let me get into the next assignment. So your next assignment is a group assignment. It's really your only group assignment in the course. So if you don't like group work, which I've got a lot of emails from people concerned about, I know that it's not always the best thing in terms of people's personal decisions and how what route they might go with an assignment. But the good news is you only have this one. The other thing is that it's kind of a neat way to use the online so that people can collaborate. And if done, hopefully with this video I can help show people how to do it and do it where it's a little bit it's not as painful, it's painless, and it's seamless. And let's see if we can get into it. So what you're going to notice is I'm in my student preview here, and if I go down, I've got a thing called a little link that says my groups here. So I just closed it. If I open up my groups, what you're going to see, so for myself, I put myself as a previewer into the group 1. So what you're going to see is it's assessment number 2. That's what this assignment is. And there's groups, and you're only going to see your own group. So group 1 is doing alcohol. And what the assignment's going to be is there are different substances or some substance classifications, and you guys are going to create a wiki page, just like Wikipedia. You're going to create a wiki page, which is just a communal document talking about the substance. So if you want to know what's being asked of you in the assignment, where you might find that is in your assessments. So if you click assessments here, you're going to see drug classification. So there's a couple ways to get to your group. You can also do it here. If you click this link, it's going to take you to your group. I just wanted to point out here for group 1 with alcohol, you've got myself in as a previewer. Also, this person here, Jamie Edwards, is actually not in your group. He is also a previewer. He helps me with like Blackboard and IT stuff. So he's the one that actually helped me this morning so we could get this all sorted out because we did it all up near the beginning of the week, but it wasn't working, and it took us a bit to figure out how to get it so that I could be in as a previewer. So we've got that all sorted out. But again, myself and Jamie Edwards are not in group 1, so everybody else in this list is. So that's one way to do it. Now let's go back out here. Again, so if we click assessments though, we go to our assessments link, we click drug classification. If you click here, you're going to pull up the instructions. So here's a little piece about the the wiki. I'll leave that for you guys to read. This is the really important part. Be as creative as you'd like. You're responsible with coming up with the following information. So essentially it's broken down for you. I tried to say these are the specific things we're looking for. If you're always email me if there's a question, things like that. I'll do my best to get back within 48 hours or so. And these are the 8 questions that need to be answered. How you answer that in your wiki is totally up to you guys as a group. So let me exit out of that. So again, that's in your instructions. Let me go back to the home page here. So if we go back to the home page and I go to my group, here's what I'm going to show you guys though about the group that's kind of neat. So if I go to my group, what you're going to see is I've got a couple of options. I've got a group discussion board, a group wiki, send an email, or group homepage. So the group homepage is that first page we just showed you. And from there you can actually access the rest of the things, or again you can use the little sidebar over here. So the group discussion board, just as it says, just like your any other discussion boards, I could go on here and I could say, hey, I could create a thread that said, I could write one that says, how do we want to break this up? I post it, and then we can all talk about in a group how we break it up. One of the things you can do, so another thing that you can do, if we go back to the group homepage, we're just a little bit slow today, I guess. If we go back to the group homepage, the next thing that you can do to communicate is you could send an email. And so what happens is, these are all the people in your group, again, minus myself and Jamie. So you would just start putting people over here. I want to send it to, Erica and Vanessa. I'm going to send everybody an email that's in the group. Click everybody over there. I can shoot off a quick email to everybody, letting them know, hey, I just did a discussion post, or you can just do it over email. It's totally up to you guys how you guys choose to do that. I don't want to put any constraints on how that has to be done. But so you've got 2 ways to communicate with each other. You've got email and discussion boards. I did have some people that asked, could we get people on the same campuses? actually it's auto-populated, and I look to try to get some of that, but I don't have all that information, so it would be a little bit of a challenge. So some of you are on the same campus, some of you aren't. Again, you can do it all over email or discussion board and get that done. So then the last thing is the actual wiki itself. Now this looks a little different because right now there's nothing created. So let's say I create this page alcohol, right? And I go to submit. I can create this page. Now a page exists. In your wiki, you can have it all on one page. It can be in multiple pages. You can use videos or links. I'm not sure how familiar people are with some of this stuff up here. You can be creative though. Like if I want to throw a link in, what I do is, so if I type a few things here, I could highlight this here, and then I would just click that button right there. That right there, the chain link, so that creates a link. Then I could put in the pathway, whatever the website is or whatever. So you can be creative that way. Some of these others you can. This link right here is how you embed video. So if you ever want a video, you would just again put where the video is found, or if it's a file, get it from your computer. It's how I upload the videos that we watch here. How I upload this video. There's all kinds of neat things you can do, but again, right now it just looks blank because nothing's created. Once we create a page, then you can choose to create multiple pages. You can create it all on one page. Like I said, you can add color, videos, all kinds of stuff. So I feel like I'm just repeating myself with all that stuff, but I just want to make sure people knew how they could do that. And I think that's really the main thing, is that go into your group, send out an email or discussion board or however you guys want to do that, and just start talking a little bit about it. I always suggest to people, a way I see people do it a lot is they break it down, and each group member takes a question or two. I think there might be 8 questions or so, or things that need components. Some categories are obviously bigger than others, so be conscientious of that and break that up accordingly. But that's really the main thing. Like I said, you get into it through the groups link down here. You've got your group homepage. The group wiki is what you're actually going to create. Also, in the next day or two, I've got a video. I've got to find it, but I've got a video on Blackboard around how to create wikis, which I might be able to link to as well. Also, it's right here in your Blackboard tutorials. If you go in to the presentation, it's one of the pieces there, but I'll try to see if I can narrow it down a little bit more. But that's really it. So if people have specific questions, please feel free to email me. Please watch the video, and then hopefully that will help. Although I'm saying this at the end, I'm now recognizing that that's probably you've already watched the video if you've seen this. So enjoy that little blunder that I just did there, and good luck with this. And last year's students did a great job with it. That was the first time I tried it, and they did a great job. It was a little bit cumbersome, but you know what? I didn't do instructional videos like this, like I did last year. Last year I didn't do these, so I find that these are helping. If you find it's helpful, please let me know. If it's not, or there's something else you need or want more of, please let me know, and I'm going to do my best to kind of redirect that. And as we go through, I'm looking forward to seeing what the groups come up with. I think there's a lot of creativity, and I've seen that already just in the posts and in the information that people are pulling out. So again, good luck with that, and hopefully we can have some fun. And I'll get back to you, in a couple of days with another short video around last week in the discussion boards, and I hope to kind of have that marked about a week after, so following next weekend. All right, everybody, take care, and as we're going into the weekend, have a hopefully a great and a happy and safe weekend. Take care.